So if you want to create beautiful 360 panoramic images of your environment, whether it's a beautiful old city, a holiday resort, or the countryside, then you can do that with the DJI Mini 3 Pro with its built-in software, and it will stitch it together and give you a final image that you can share to social media. So let's get the drone in the air and see how we do that. A little spot in the middle of the town here in this square. I'm just going to get the drone in the air and we're just going to go to the RC controller and show you where the functions are. Just go over to the right hand side above the record button, and where you've got the photo and video option, we click on that and we just scroll down till we find Pano. Top left hand side of that column you'll see Sphere, so we just click on Sphere and then we just click the record button and that will go through the motion, and you'll see a percentage increase on the right hand side that tells you halfway through the maneuver. And actually when it gets to about 50%, then it's completed the maneuver, and the rest of the 50% is the time it's taking just to stitch together those images into the 360 view. When we've completed the maneuver, we can just hit the return to home. Now to view the 360 panoramic image, we can click the playback button. You'll see the sphere symbol, we click on that and it'll bring up the image. Now bear in mind this is on the RC controller, so it'll be a low res version. If you click the 360 photo viewer icon at the bottom, it will now bring up some different options of how you can view this. So we can scroll, we can go to planet, and we get this really cool looking shot like that. And you'll notice you can do a screenshot there. It's advised to download this onto your mobile phone if you're using the RC controller, and you'll get a higher quality. So we'll look at that later. And then you can invert that view, which is kind of weird. But you can flip it round from that, so they kind of do the same thing. And then you can go globe, which just puts the image in the middle of a circle to make it look like a planet. And that's it. Let's get in the studio and look at how we download that onto the app. We can take screenshots of this and share it to social media. So let's go take a look. Here we are, back from our little adventure. Now all we need to do is fire up the drone and go to our Fly app. When we connect them, it'll say switch to quick transform mode. So we want to click that switch and it'll just connect to the drone. And then straight away it's saying view album. And there you can see the image that we've created, and it has that globe symbol on it. So if I just click that, and you can see it's just a JPEG image. Then we click the 360 viewer. And again, there's our image as a 360 panoramic. Now, what we can do is go to the planet mode, and we can now take a screenshot. This will be a high res screenshot now, as opposed to if we did it on the RC controller, you've just got a low res image. And then we can go to inverted. And again, we can take screenshots of that. And then globe. And that's it. We can just come out of that. And now, of course, we can transfer those screenshots to our computer or direct to our social media. Now we've got our image into our phone, we can click share, and we can choose where we want to share it. For example, Facebook. You can move the image around to select our starting point, next, and click share. And on the mobile device, I don't know if you can see, as I tilt down, before we bring it in here, as I tilt down and look around, the image moves with the mobile phone. Very cool. And we can also use our finger to move around the image. Now, once we've got the image onto our phone, we get it onto our computer, or we can take the card out the drone and download it onto the computer. And interestingly, if we look at those files on our computer, you'll notice if we look at these JPEGs, it creates 35 different JPEGs, and you'll notice they're quite underexposed as well. Now, interestingly, when we look at the rendered JPEG, you see how beautiful and bright and crisp that is. So not only is it stitching it together as a 360 image, but it's also doing a lot of tweaking to the colors, the tones, and the contrast. Also note, these files are pretty much 3000 by 4000 files, and the final file is a 2:1 ratio, and it's just over 8000 by 4000 pixels, so it's a really large high-res file. Now, to view this on your desktop, you need to use a viewer. So the one I've got here it's by the people that make Panorama Stitcher, and it's called Sphere Viewer. And basically, if you open that up and you drop your JPEG into the software, you can now on your desktop view the image as a 360. There's absolutely no gaps in this image as well, and I've not had to do any other editing or retouching to that image at all. Now, there are PC versions that are also free, so just look up a 360 viewer for a PC if that's what you use, and you'll find something quite easily. I'll leave a link in the description to this. Is this spherical viewer in the App Store. Now, if you want to show this on your website, like for example Squarespace, you can use this free software where you upload your image to it, and it's called Memento 360. It's free, you just create an account and you just upload your image to it, as you can see I've done here. If you click on your image, you can view your 360 there, and all you need to do is take this share button below, and you can share this into emails, which I've not tried yet. I've tried it on my website, but you just copy that code. And just to note that on my website, on Squarespace, it did say insert the code, whereas actually what I needed to do was embed the code. So if you using Squarespace, look for the embed box and you just drop it into that. There it is on the website, and it automatically is just slightly moving, which is kind of quite engaging to the eye. And then you can just scroll the image around. You'll notice a symbol on here where you can view it in full screen, and then you can just move all the way around. You can zoom in and out. So I can look straight down the high street, and I'm looking right in on the town hall, right on Market Street. And then I can zoom out. I can look right below me. I can turn this around. And in fact, if you look just here, that's me just there in the middle of the town. That's my little launch pad there where I've launched my drone from. And if I zoom out, you get an idea of the perspective of where the drone is. And looking up at the sky, absolutely no gaps, no clues to how this has stitched this together. It looks absolutely perfect and a really clean, crisp image. And that's it. Really exciting, really engaging, fantastic on social media, looks cracking on your website. So doesn't matter where you're going on your travels, you've got to do this shot. So I hope you found that interesting, inspiring. Please share your creations. If you want to know more about drones, then click on the link over here to our playlist and show me the love, subscribe here, and I will see you over there.